Oh my goodness. The show hasn't started. There's already a disagreement. But we promise you, it's not going to interfere with the production. We produce already. We're here to present. So who doesn't want to shout for the Loose Stars banner? All hail, Liberia Hill, glorious land of liberty. Shalom be ours. Joseph Boyka returns today, according to the Unity Party. Alice Cummings was on Joy's Summer Cast on 96.1 yesterday, making his case as usual. Chawan Gonglo made rounds yesterday with his broom, preaching peace to his opponents. Clarence Moniba, where are you? George Weah and other African leaders in Libya as toothless bulldogs by some citizens of the Aqua region. These and much more are all lined up this afternoon. Liberia is on the rising. Good afternoon to you. This is Truth FM 96.1. It is the radio service of the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. Breve on October 7th, 2000, that is 2005. Your humble servant, first newscaster. That was on October 14, 2005. There in the township of Virginia. And then move on to Ashmont Street and witness two elections, one election in Ashmont Street, presidential, that is, and witness another one on Dupero, the current home of 96.1. It is the radio service of the Renaissance Communications Incorporated, owned and operated by businessman / now turned politician Musa Hassan Beliti.
Why you keep emphasizing a politician? That's funny, you know.
Yeah, man. You know, I got a voice from Musa. You say, if Cummings does not win, hair should grow in his palm. Then he went on to say, in fact, just by mistake, if Cummings does not win and he wins in Nimba, he will not take a seat.
That's too much, man.
Yeah, so
you want your own. We'll take a seat for you. We'll take a seat for you. It's on your own.
No, if he doesn't take a seat, then there'll be a by-election.
Wow.
Yes, you know, 1985.
I mean, anyway, but
1985, when Ellen refused to take her seat after winning Mosrato's senatorial seat, she said her party, Liberia Action Party, was cheated. Jackson Doe was the presumed winner of the 1985 election, which everybody believed was stolen by the Samuel Doe administration. Ellen refused to take her seat as senator of Mosrato County. So Musa Belede is poised to make that, just in case. To
set record.
What is this?
To set record. To set record.
Why do you have street things with you these days?
What do you mean street?
What is this?
It's a lip balm to keep my lip moisturized.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's a simple thing. You see, you can make things, you can put things out of context. I'm seeing it.
I don't have to be explaining all the things that I care with me.
But you don't bring this in studio.
No,
Today you brought it in studio.
No, the place is cool. And I do not want to be late. You know, I have naturally got pink lip. I don't want to be talking about it. Yeah. But
you know what, Brian say deal with him. Why don't you deal with me?
Yeah.
I don't know why Brian is always down with you dealing with me.
Bobby, I didn't see what you say. One man like you on it. So I try to bring
no, that guy has been given persona non grata.
Wow, you sure?
No, it's suspended.
Suspended?
For time indefinite until he can act, until he live up to the agreement to bring the speakers on this platform.
Wow.
It was a commitment made.
So
how long should we run after our friend to come on our platform?
Of course, and I'm bragging in front of Rashford Gardiner, our Southeastern analyst. I told him, I said, but we have access to the speaker. We see the speaker anytime because
for me, yes, we can.
Rashford was actually saying he has no access to the speaker. He calls the speaker numbers, and the speaker cannot pick up. I said, wow, I'm sorry.
Then he should check himself.
You
call the speaker can't pick up. You should check yourself.
Yeah, but I said, I bragged about it. I said we got access to the speaker. We see the speaker.
Yeah.
So I mean, it should not be a problem inviting him. And I mean,
you know, when Teron Gonglo said this morning that the speaker budget is bigger than the American speaker, somebody called me. So you hear what I said? I said, I'm not the one expanding the speaker's budget. Why are you calling me? Yeah, he said, but I said, no, but this friendship is dated way back in 2006 when he was representing, when he had just entered. Originally, he was a Unity Party lawmaker.
Yeah.
Then Dr. Kenakumi Murray was a CDC lawmaker.
Yeah.
But on some differences of this agreement, they swapped. Kenakumi Murray swapped, went to UP, and the two of them were the PhD holders in the legislature. We used to call it the double D, right? Okay. So, as a matter of fact, I reported from the legislature for 2 consecutive years before being reassigned to the executive mansion. Wow. Yes. Huh? I didn't just fall from the sky.
Who you tell you?
Maybe you get fees. I don't know legislative conference.
No, I can't do that. What?
As a matter of fact, I'm working now on a project.
No, I'm only telling you, you've been on a serious note. I mean, you know, you bear around, and I mean, sometimes you have seen
the time. The first time I ever cast news.
Now.
The first time I ever cast news, I'm sure that time they used to whip you for that sweeping the yard.
Wait, 2005?
When got 2005?
When? That's the time you talk about?
No. I started casting news before even going to FM. I used to be with
the newscaster at
I was the first ever.
Okay, tell me when you started casting news. You are on record.
Just 2000. 2000 with the defunct Crystal FM on the foot of
2000.
Yes.
Yeah, but 2000 I was around. I was in senior.
No, don't tell me that. So your problem here is, I don't know why you like to mislead me off air.
Why do you mislead?
You told me around 2000, you were small, your mind used to take the weight and run behind you.
All right. So I graduated from high school in 2007.
2007?
Yeah.
So by 2000,
yeah.
What class were you? Somewhere around 7th grade.
So in 1998, I started Cover Mission, and I was in 2nd grade. So just count 2 years after, that was in 2000. And
you know, I'm very close to your dad, right?
But
don't come falsify information. How did I get to know that when you were young, you used to like powdered milk? Even up to now, you still lick powdered milk as if you're a kid.
You know,
let's go to orange.
I have no issue with you, right? I have no issue with you.
I was at the
no, for sure, I like milk, and that's why you see me. Every time I look good because I like milk.
I can supply you some fresh milk from the cow directly. I got it on my phone.
No, but you have to process how you drink directly.
No, you drink. In fact, it is richer than the processed one. The cow milk.
You tried it before?
Yes, that's why I drink when I go on the farm.
I don't see difference.
You look at me and tell me, say,
no, I don't see. You have to drink it.
Nobody will look at me and tell me, say, you just when I turn 50 next year, they say I'm 50 years old.
No,
nobody.
I mean,
Man, wait, man. Let's go to Orange.
No,
You
you.
don't have any case here today. Let's go to let's go to Orange.
Well, Orange is just the best GSM company in Liberia, and we are so proud that we are associated with
So you
Orange
started
Liberia.
Orange advertisement?
No, I have
You are
to say
not-
something
Yeah,
first.
Okay.
Don't try me, please.
Orange.
20% off all full prices. Like no, I don't use my power. Oh, yeah. I just my you so deep.
We have the best deals, offers, and promos. Purchase from any of our stores and POS around the country and enjoy the best mobile coverage certified by Ookla. Second time in a row. Brings you closer to what matters. Orange.
Use 20% off all full prices. Right, fast-speed internet and followable data pack. No excuse, and I get one router in my house. Yeah, let me run now to quarter for me and the family.
Get your home internet router from any Orange store or POS around the country and enjoy affordable data packs that start from $9 for 10 gigabytes valid 30 days to $59 for 125 gigabytes valid 30 days. There's a pack for everyone. Enjoy using the fastest speed internet. Brings you closer to what matters. Orange.
Hey, trust me. Ma, please walk me up. We near Chalosha, what to the junction there? Yeah, but we recharge for the weekend. And you join Orange by the way. They people get 1 gigabyte for $2 for 7 days.
Starting at $2, you can create your own 4G LTE data pack with the #1 mobile network operator in Liberia. Dial *352# or subscribe via the My Orange app. Enjoy using the fastest mobile network, certified by Ookla. Second time in a row. Brings you closer to what matters. Orange.
Hey, trust me. Ma, please walk me up. We near Chalosha, what to the junction there? Yeah, but we recharge for the weekend. And you join Orange by the way. They people get 1 gigabyte for $2 for 7 days.
Starting at $2, you can create your own 4G LTE data pack with the #1 mobile network operator in Liberia. Dial *352# or subscribe via the My Orange app. Enjoy using the fastest mobile network, certified by Ookla. Second time in a row. Brings you closer to what matters. Orange.
Made with ginger, coconut water, natural juice flavor, vitamins and minerals is Muncie Power Drink. Muncie Power Drink helps reduce high blood pressure, get rid of toxins, help improve children and adult memory. It also helps the body fight effects of excess sugar. Muncie Power Drink has no added sugar, no artificial flavors, and all natural ingredients. It is a healthy drink for everybody. It has 4 natural juice flavors: pineapple, mango, strawberry, and turmeric. For wholesale or retail purchase, visit major supermarkets across Monrovia and its environs. If you are outside Monrovia, you can do your purchase at Kakata Supermarket and Ataro Business Center in Ghana. You can also visit our store on the O Road, right next to the American School. For more information, call us on 0770 307 572 or 0776 580-730. Muncie Power Drink, not just your regular energy drink. Made with ginger, coconut water, natural juice flavor, vitamins and minerals is Muncie Power Drink. Muncie Power Drink helps reduce high blood pressure, get rid of toxins, help improve children and adult memory. It also helps the body fight effects of excess sugar. Muncie Power Drink has no added sugar, no artificial flavors, and all natural ingredients. It is a healthy drink for just everybody. It has 4 natural juice flavors: pineapple, mango, strawberry, and turmeric. For wholesale or retail purchase, visit major supermarkets across Monrovia and its environs. If you are outside Monrovia, You can do your purchase at Kakata Supermarket and Ataro Business Center in Ganta. You can also visit our store on the O Road, right next to the American School. For more information, call us on 0770 307 572 or 0776 580 730. Muncie Power Drink, not just your regular energy drink.
Okay, so with the commercial commitment concluded, these are our lineup this afternoon on State of the Nation. As a matter of fact, we are in World Breastfeeding Week. We're going to talk a little bit about breastfeeding, an extension of yesterday's platform, Magdalene. That will take us up to 3:30. Then we talk a little bit about, then we come, one of our listener, Hartford Kia, is in studio with us. We're going to go deep into our traditional history, on tribal groupings, and we appreciate our respective mother tongues. Hartford will take us, and that will take us up to 4 o'clock. And at 4, we play host to Edwin Mervyn Snow. Snow is the chair on the Committee on Security and Political Affairs at the ECOWAS Parliament. As you may be aware, ECOWAS, as a matter of fact, has closed the Nigerian airspace and a frozen account of the country, and went ahead to cut off and isolate the military regime that took over on July 26, just last week, Wednesday, and threatened military intervention. But Burkina Faso and Mali said, if there is any military intervention in Niger by ECOWAS, it is a declaration of war on the people, and those two countries, French-speaking countries, will stand by Niger. We already have some research made on the situation, military situation in the sub-region, and this is all coming up on State of the Nation. Thanks so much to Magdalene for lining up. But first, we'd like to pay tribute to our mothers with this song as we prepare to discuss breastfeeding.
It's Young John from the producer. You know I like you so. Yeah, cherish you. That's not for you. I would lie to you. But I feel like I'm thinking now that I'm down for you. Oh, you're talking to me, oh, my love, so you got you, baby. Oh, I see I find it in I see I find it in.
Okay.
So this one exclusively to you, Mama. We don't dare tell you, Daddy Vonjama. Good afternoon to you. You know, the first time I tasted breast milk was at the maternity center, Jalatan, the capital bypass, used to be a children's hospital. International Breastfeeding Week. To all mothers. Okay, so cogent information received just now. The arrival of JNB is rescheduled to the 7th of August.
Yeah. Yeah. Alex Grandma Davis. Her position, yeah. Yeah. Then the mayor is there. He's the coach and nutrition supervisor. No, no, I didn't pass for it. All right.
Okay, Kate Daniels, and paying tribute to our mothers over the world, particularly in Liberia, doing these celebration or commemoration of World Breastfeeding Day. So there's a background of it. It's from August 1, 2023 to August 7, Monday, 2023. And World Breastfeeding Week is an annual celebration which is held every year from 1 to 7 August in more than 120 countries. That includes Liberia. According to the 26th of August data of WBW website, that's the World Breastfeeding Week, 540 events have been held worldwide by more than 79 countries with 488 organizations and 406,620 participants for the World Breastfeeding Week. Without much ado, let me now introduce Dr. Annette Brima Davis. She's the Director of Nutrition at the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare. Ministry of Health. And Mr. Dennis Wellington, also Reginald Moore. They're all here. They're going to be, as a matter of fact, it was on yesterday, but because of the time factor, so we asked them to return and extend, since it is an important discussion as to the surest way of preventing child death, that is feeding properly. Breastfeeding, I'm told, is the surest way in having nutritional value added to your newborn baby. Doc, am I correct? Welcome. Okay, yeah, so it's good. And I was just telling Magdalene.
You were telling me.
No, I saw this. I saw a lady drive in the compound. That was almost 45 minutes of time. You can hear me? You can hear me? You hear me? Yeah. So but everything you say over there now is on the radio. Your microphones are open. So that's why you say, you're going on the air. Yeah, Wellington talking there. Wellington. So don't worry. I'm coming to bring an earpiece to you.
Okay.
Yeah. So she drove in almost 45 minutes to appearance time, and I told her we should encourage you. You always in time. Yesterday you were 1 hour ahead of coming on. Thank you so much for coming so early. Okay, so Wellington, thank you so much for coming. You want to come close to the microphone? Okay, and Madam Moore. Sorry.
Yes, we have something to. It's going to be back on the radio.
Okay. So let's start from where you started yesterday. Doc, breastfeeding. You want to give workable meaning to what is breastfeeding?
Yes. So we want to say thank you again to our listening audience. As you heard, we were here yesterday. Because of time factor, we could not complete because it's a very interesting topic. And we saw that our listening audience were very interested. So this is why we are here again today. And this whole week is termed as Breastfeeding Week. It's a global event, and Liberia is no exception. So as we said yesterday, just to bring you to speed for those that were not on yesterday, we said that the Breastfeeding Week is a global event that was signed by world leaders as the Innocent Declaration. So this global event is meant to increase the awareness on breastfeeding, the importance and benefit of breastfeeding. So world leaders signed this document, and it was passed into law that the first week of August each year, globally, worldwide, all around the world, people are celebrating this week as the breastfeeding week. So, like for Liberia, we will be celebrating the World Breastfeeding Week beginning from the 14th of this month to the 19th. Yes, so when they signed that declaration, they said that the first week in August is termed as the breastfeeding week, but the whole month of August is the breastfeeding month. So anytime in August, any country can choose to celebrate their World Breastfeeding Week. So this is why we are here to increase the awareness on the importance and benefit of breastfeeding. Thank you very much.
Is there any special time you should start breastfeeding and stop? Start and stop.
Yes, so the breastfeeding actually starts right after birth, within the first hour after birth, and then it continues up to 6 months, right? And at 6 months, the child is growing now, the breast milk is not sufficient. So you need to add other food to the breast milk. That is termed as complementary feeding. So you continue to breastfeed your baby. At the same time, add the soft food. You know, our local food, the rest does, plenty does, fix it out of porridge and things for the child, because the child intestine is not strong enough to handle the same food that adults eat. So this is why you have to make the child food out of porridge. Yes.
Okay, so Madam Mo, let me come to you. You are the coordinator, maternal infant and in young children nutrition, right? Am I correct? So tell me, how do you reach out to the very people, the target of messages like this one?
Okay, so at the Ministry of Health, with support from our partners, we do have a lot of activities that are going on within the 15 counties. So presently, we have a program called the Baby Friendly Hospital Initiative Program that is being implemented in 11 counties. And out of the 11, we have Balance 4, that is Magibi, Monserrato, Bon, and Lofa. So the rest of the 11 are implementing these activities. And it is geared towards encouraging mothers to do the early initiation that David talked about within the first 1 hour after the woman delivers, and then exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months. In addition to that, we have messages that are being developed with the help of partners as well. We have them translated into our local dialects, and then in simple English. We also have jingles, even drama. And this radio station will look and sometimes play those jingles and drama as well. And there are more to that. We have materials like posters, flyers that have been distributed to counties for all of to be distributed at the health facilities that are placed for strategic areas in the facility for mothers to know that breastfeeding is very important. And then we have training materials that the health workers and community volunteers are also trained to that.
Are mother themselves aware of the importance of this week? What's the level of participation
for the mothers?
Yes.
Okay, so we all of the 15 counties, we have category of service providers, like the community health volunteers. They're also in our very communities in the counties and creating this awareness.
Okay, so let me come to you, Wellington, country nutrition supervisor. Do you have any database to tell us or convince us that a ratio, a proportion of our breastfeeding mothers are adhering to these messages? Wellington?
All right. So, in recent time, we have had collaborating with our partners. We have had series of survey, and then also counting on the Nigeria Health and Demographic Survey. You have the number of mothers that are adhering to the message. So we have.
Do you record? Do you have any database?
Yes, we have database. So that's what I'm getting to. We have database in terms of the number of mothers that are breastfeeding. That's what you mean, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So according to the LDHS, we have about 50% of our mothers, 55% of our mothers that are breastfeeding. So exclusive breastfeeding. So because we have,
is that number encouraging?
so this is why we are here working with our partner. And when I talk about our partner, you are part of it too, because you're providing us a wider platform that we can reach our people, so that we can have all of the mothers on. We want to have 100%, but as it stands now, we are at 55%. So we still have work to do.
Okay, so one of the advocates just joined us. Madam, you want to call your name?
Okay, thank you. My name is UT Debbie Ira George. I'm the Secretary General.
You gotta do that once again. You have to share the red microphone.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's hear you again.
Yeah, like I said, I'm UT George, and I'm the Secretary General for the Sun Civil Society Alliance of Liberia.
So what's your role in this week of commemoration of Breastfeeding Week? What role are you playing?
My role, we work together doing the awareness. The Sun movement in Liberia, that is the skilling of nutrition movement in Liberia, works through a multi-sectoral platform. That is, we work with all of the requisite ministries, agencies, including UN partners, INGOs, and everyone come together under one umbrella. So we are working together, and our goal is to do the awareness this week. So we have been working on that.
So is there going to be a formal program organized by the Ministry of Health? Dr. Davis?
Yes, so we're going to have the launch. Yes, so as I said, the activities for Liberia will be from the 14th and it ends on the 19th. So around the 16th, we will have the launch, the national launch. We plan to have it at the Masurada County Health Team. So we're going to choose one of the major markets, because all through the past years, we have been talking to ourselves. What do I mean? When we are celebrating the World Breastfeeding Week, we as technicians, we usually gather in one hall, talk about the benefits and the importance of breastfeeding, leaving, the need people out. That is the wider coverage, the people that are giving birth. The adolescents, the marketeers. So this year we decided to go out to increase the awareness. So we're going to select one or two major markets and go there and then tell the marketeers, the pimping riders, about exclusive breastfeeding, complimentary feeding. Because right now, Liberia, as you heard Wellington say, the exclusive breastfeeding rates are just at 55%. And this number has been standing for the past 3 years. And from our demographic health survey report tells us that 32% of the birth now is occurring within the teenage adolescent population. So we want to reach out to encourage them to breastfeed the baby. Let them forget about slip-on titty. That the breast will tend to slip on titty when they give the baby titty. So we want them to breastfeed the baby. The pimping boys, so they can encourage their girlfriends, their wives, and have you, even the grandmothers, the aunties, the uncle, everybody, because that breastfeeding mother needs the support for the entire family.
Yeah, so you want to
so before one of the reasons they gave for sometimes reneging, they said it changes the color of the child's teeth. It blackens it with the repeatedly breastfeeding. Is that true?
So that is a myth. Is not true, because there is no information, written information for that. Yes. So if the child teeth turn black or yellow, maybe some people, the teeth, the color of the teeth, the enamel on the teeth, right? Some people got yellow enamel on the teeth, and some people got very white teeth. So it's not the breast milk. It's a physiological factor. So it's not the breast milk. So maybe they are turning that yellow color of the teeth to the yellow color of the first breast milk, the cholesterol that comes. When you first start to breastfeed, the first milk is yellow, and that is the best milk, because it has all the nutrients. It's the first vaccine for the baby. So maybe
hold on. This is very vital. Usually, if it has a coloration like yellow is the best one.
It's the best one, because it has.
But I see people, flushing it out.
Yes. So this is why we are here. So people normally say education is power, knowledge is power, right? So people don't know. Sometimes they will even squeeze in the fire. And and say, it will make the baby sick. No, that yellow water you see is the water you see is because it's the first vaccine that cleans the baby gastrointestinal tract. Because the baby, when the baby is born, you have that black poo, right? So that whole intestine needs to be clean. So that yellow is very good. It's clean the baby. It builds the immunity. So when a woman exclusively breastfeed the baby, you see that the baby doesn't get sick.
So I don't know whether this is a myth, but a lot of people believe that when giving breastfeeding, you cannot have sexual intercourse. It affects the baby. It wean the baby, like it make the baby to be that kind of malnourished. So is it a myth or?
No, but you want to answer that? Addition to that, a follow-up is that they said if you do it with the legitimate father of the child, no problem. But if you cheat, that's where the child is going to be affected. Yeah, so Wellington.
All right, so breastfeeding has a lot of myths surrounding it. And we also have some cultural issues that affect breastfeeding. And these are things that we continue to combat, continue to fight against in our community, and continue to educate our people. Because once you are educated about these things, then you know exactly how to handle a particular issue when you are faced with it. So the issue of a breastfeeding mother having sexual intercourse, it has no interference with the child's health. All right? Direct interference. So as people believe. So what happened here is that once the mother gives birth, time frame medically that is given to the woman that the body needs to regain is normal status. So medically they will tell you 6 weeks. After 6 weeks, that woman's body is normal. She can go through And we are talking about normal delivery,
Okay.
not cesarean section, normal delivery. So 6 weeks, the woman body goes back to a normal position. All right? So during that time, if he chooses to have sex with a partner, that is okay. It does not interfere with the child's health. But normally what happens, and this is important, when the woman starts to give attention to her partner, many of times we see that the attention from the child is shifted to the husband or the father of the child or the partner, whatever it is. And then once that attention is shifted and then you neglect the attention of the child, then the child has some other problem like malnutrition or other nutritional problems start to come in. And then usually people tell me as you wean the child. All right? But medically, weaning is just teaching the child food. Like at 6 months, encourage you to add some soft food to the breast milk. So that is the weaning period. But usually our people misinterpret it by saying that if you have sex or sexual intercourse, if the mother has sexual intercourse at the time she's breastfeeding, that means that weaning the child. That's not true.
Wow.
And just to add up to Dennis, a woman can be breastfeeding her baby. Maybe 2 months or 3 months. If she gets pregnant, she should still continue to breastfeed her child because the child needs the breast milk.
Okay. All right. So I think the guy in there is taking note because the wife just that's why he keeps saying usually he will put you on and he leaves. But now he's in the city because he's very okay, terrible. That was yesterday, right? Yesterday? Today's Wednesday, right? You guys were here yesterday.
Yes.
You saw him here?
No.
I mean, you were awesome. But it's very, very interesting. Okay, but anyway, congratulations, Sam. Your wife just gave birth. I think it's 2 months.
Oh, wow.
So this education is very important for you. Yeah.
No,
please, get in here. All right. So yesterday, listen to most of the callers. The other lady said she has had, she gave birth on
Sunday.
So no, not okay. Even the Sunday and the Sunday, but where this she gave breath and when she gave the baby and when she breastfeed the child dies. You want to make more clarity on that about the breast milk, whether it can be contaminated at times or what. If yes, what makes it contaminated? If a breast milk can get contaminated. What reaction that a biological reaction that takes place in a woman's body that causes if breast milk can get contaminated.
So as you heard Weddington saying, there are many or lots of myths when it comes to breastfeeding because people do not understand the benefits and the importance of breastfeeding, so they have lots of misconception about breastfeeding. So there is no woman with a personal breast milk. No woman has a personal breast milk. No. That lady who called yesterday and said that whenever she breastfeeds her baby die, it is in her mind, the circuit. So she needs to go to the hospital to do examination of herself to know what's happening. Apparently, she's not taking care of the child. So then she blame it on the breast milk. But there is no woman on earth with a poisonous breast milk. Even before we had the sicknesses, a lot of diseases, we used to allow another woman to breastfeed another woman's child. Because at that time there were not many, diseases or sicknesses around. But since we started having all the many, sicknesses around, we don't encourage that again.
Okay.
So we said that even if you have HIV, you can still breastfeed your baby. The only thing, when you decide to breastfeed the baby is only breast milk. No formula, no water, no tea. Because when you do that, that baby will get sick and even lead to death. So let it be clear, if a woman gave birth and she breastfeed her baby and the baby passed out, she needs to know what's happening, because there is no woman on earth with a personal breast milk.
All right, thank you. You know, we have a wonderful time. The education is so wonderful. Education is the education that we get here today. So baby fathers want to know, and others, they are texting me. So let me read out this other question. Someone says, is it healthy for a breastfeeding mother to take family planning? Breastfeeding mother, you're not looking after your child. You're taking family planning. You want to respond to that?
Yes.
Yeah, Dennis.
Okay, so we have told you about the benefit of breastfeeding, and family planning is one of the benefits. In fact, it is practiced in some culture that the girls don't take family planning. I mean, the conventional medical pills. They just observe their cycle, and that is a form of family planning. So if a breastfeeding mother is breastfeeding from the day she delivers, and she starts to give breastfeeding, exclusive breastfeeding, that means only taking water, nothing else, no medicine, no juice, nothing else, and she's doing it consistently and correctly, it serves as a natural family planning for the first 6 months of life.
Okay.
So there is no need at that point to go and do extra family planning. Once you are following the...
You take the pills now. The person is talking about the pills, not the cycle.
Yeah, so once you are doing your exclusive breastfeeding correctly, according to the way the people will teach you at the hospital, at the clinic, there is no need to take extra medication.
Okay, last time before we can open the lines,
let me just add to what he said. Because every woman, is different for some women. Some women, when they give birth, at the time they reach maybe 2 or 3 months, they start to see the menses again. But some women, as long as they are breastfeeding, they will not see the menses. So it's a natural family planning for that. So if you are that woman, as soon as you give birth, after 3 months or 2 months, you start to see your menses, you can go on your family planning and will have nothing to do with the breast milk. Yes, so a breastfeeding mother can take family planning, can do family planning.
Okay. Yeah.
Madeleine, I wanted to comment on a question from yesterday before we get over the line.
Yeah, please.
A lady asked a question that resonated with me so well. At the time, I didn't know, but now I know better. She said there was a situation where I think her sister gave birth, but there was no milk in the breast.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, the child died, right? Yeah, my own case that it happened to me. I have a child, right? When I gave birth, there was absolutely no water in the breast. And I managed, try to give it to the child. We'll get there, don't worry. I tried managing it gradually, small water started coming in. But then after a few months, it automatically stopped. And I really struggled with it. Can you imagine at the time I was working at the bank and I was so confused, I was depressed, the child is hungry, the child doesn't want to take any other food. And at one point in time, I had to look for other means. Like for instance, what the country people used to do, you will boil a crust, make it soft and then knot the child down, close your nose, something away and stuff them. I use a whole lot of methods just to make sure that the child ate something. So we left for the studio yesterday. I asked that I see question. I said, "But you happy to me or that?" And then she educated me. I just want to share with. I don't know whether she's listening. And it was a case where I was going through a lot. Right, I was depressed because there was so much stress on me from the bank, and then at home again, I was so much. I was malnourished. Let me put it that way. A lot of things were happening to me. Wow. So she said, in a case where when you are pregnant and then you're not okay, you're not eating well. I mean, if a lot of things are happening to you, once you give birth, your breast milk will not come. Wow. Yes,
Wow.
that's what she said.
So you
So I
have
know
to
she
be,
said she'll throw more light on it, and she
yeah,
educated me a lot.
your
yesterday.
mind have to be
You have to be stress-free.
stress
And you have to
free.
eat well during pregnancy, because if you don't do it when you give birth, it's going to bother you and the child.
So it goes back to the men. Men, you got major role to play. You got to take it as young women.
Seriously?
Why not can be adding so someone like that? Okay, we're about to open the lines. We have another guest in who's around here. We'll be taking soon. So we can take calls 0777.
You already ready?
Okay, the first caller. But before Papa can come in, let me put the question before I forget, and after you can respond to it. How many weeks it takes for a woman to have sex or sex or meet after she gave birth? So
Ask the question, laughing.
but why you say oh for?
Yeah, because it's laughing. It's a very serious question. Doc?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so let me quickly drop my colleagues to tell the mothers when you are breastfeeding, it's good to observe yourself properly. Now, talking about mother babies that if you are breastfeeding your baby and you are working, you are sweating profusely. I'm sweating. You don't just put it in the big bath. You know, you sweat like the big bath. Suck it will cause the baby some sickness and it will lead to death. If you have a couple of choices, you use that before you wash your hair before you breastfeed. And then you sweat to the wet towel in your breast. Drop it in the nipple before you put it in the baby's mouth. Don't just put it in the mouth.
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for the education, the information. Hello, Chief.
Yeah, Madeleine. Great. Thank you. The health practitioners in the video. I think the problem Madeleine was actually it's important because the rural area, come on, from the rural area,
Okay. Yes. My people. My son will respond to you, but anyway, let me take. Yes, sir. It's good afternoon. Okay, they responded to that. Maybe you join us late. So let's go back to our the studio B, our guests. Yeah. Your microphone is open.
Yes, so the concerns are many regarding sexual intercourse after birth, after giving birth. It is not intended to separate the family. Yeah, if you have a woman have a normal vaginal delivery, that means you didn't go through operation. Medically, they say after 6 weeks, your body return to the normal physiological position. After 6 weeks. But you have, everybody different, right? Even though the literature say after 6 weeks, sometimes women may not be strong after 6 weeks. So you have to give the woman time. Yes, give the woman time. And some women, what can lead to the child getting sick as soon as they start having intercourse, they start neglecting the child. Like Dennis said, all the attention are shift, to the partner. neglecting the child, and then the child starts to get sick. Yes, then the child starts to get sick because that child then needs all the mother attention. Now the father there now, him get a one chance. Is to breastfeed the baby, to take care of the child the way she should do. So I'm just urging the father, even though the literature says 6 weeks after delivery, but observe your partner and give us a chance, and then even you can support the woman. Man, please support the breastfeed the baby. Even when you start doing that, you know, help the woman to breastfeed.
Are you going to help the lady to
Yes,
breastfeed?
by encouraging her. Right? Encourage you when the baby crying. When the woman's breastfeeding, the father can be there, playing with her, playing with the baby. That will help the child to grow well.
I mean, also providing the right nutrients for the mother.
Hold on. Let's say people are being educated. We got a young baby father in studio with us. Right? He's very interested. He said when the mom breastfeeding, the father should be playing with her.
Yes. Put her hands around her wife or her girlfriend, and the talking, the lecturing, and he looking at how the baby, sucking the breast, and even the man looking at the breast, health, it improve the man's health too. You see, so the man needs to get support to the woman.
Why did they cover off the breast? Sometimes they don't even want you to see the nipple, man. This is unfair.
You won't go to baby
No. Even when you are at home, you just show
you know that
you want to answer.
So
Dennis want to come in.
So the issue of family support is very key to breastfeeding. It's very much important. So family support comes in so many forms, and that lady who have bear a child for 9 months and deliver, psychologically, you need to support her emotionally, and then you need to also help her nutritional status by providing necessary nutrients, food. Not just the food. In some home, you may provide the food, provide everything, but that emotional support is very key. All right, it's very key.
All right. Okay, thank you so much. And do we have any team for this year's celebration? National team, world team, national team, global team, world national team?
Yes. So for this year, our World Breastfeeding Week is saying, let's make breastfeeding work.
Okay, let's make it work, right?
Breastfeeding work. So what I'm saying is that the working mothers who have babies, they should continue breastfeeding while they are working. This is why the team is supporting this year. Because for Liberia, our maternity leave is 3 months. So most times the women, by the time they reach 7 months, they are so heavy. They can't continue. So they have to take the leave. Then as soon as they let it go, 1 month to even stay with the child. So this is why we the health workers at the Ministry of Health, we are encouraging facility to have a breastfeeding room where working mothers can carry the baby, with their nanny, and then continue breastfeeding at the same time working the come intermittently to breastfeed the baby.
You mean at job
Yes.
site? Okay. All right. So we're about to close now, but with this last question on the issue of do we have any national celebration or ceremony planned to close this week on the 7th of August? Befitting program for the week.
Yeah. So like we've been saying, that David said here, the whole week is packed with different activities. And one of the activities is what we are doing here, radio talk show and this awareness. And then we will be having engagement, stakeholder engagement with key stakeholders like local government officials, people from the community, people, traditional people, because these are people that play a key role when it comes to breastfeeding and any other activity at the community level. So we're going to be having engagement with these people. We also want to, for this year, we want to shift away from this traditional launch where we go to a hall and just have a guest speaker come and talk to us, and then we all disperse and go. This time, we want to go to public market, in a public space, where we have our mothers coming together, and then we talk to them, we interact with them, spread the message. And of course, we are working with our partners to have banners, to have T-shirts, to have all of visibility material with breastfeeding messages, and we will distribute it.
Two concerns quickly. What is it? Is there a biological effect on the mother if she allows the titty to overfill? Sometimes I see some really releasing milk when the child is not there. Is there any biological problem with that?
Yes. So you know, the breast milk is being produced. As long as the baby continues to suck the breast milk will produce. If even the baby doesn't suck the breast, if that woman who is breastfeeding for in the morning until in the night, she doesn't breastfeed that baby, you will see her breast will become tender. Right? Because the breast milk has, engorged or filled up the breast too much. So if she doesn't breastfeed that baby or express, that is, squeeze that milk up, then it would tend to access. It would tend to access. So she will start to feel sick. Yeah, it can even lead to operating on her breast. Yes, when the milk follow the breast, that be released. So that is the biological aspect of it. That is why a breastfeeding mother to breastfeed the baby on demand. On demand, that is anytime the baby cry, anytime the baby want to take, give it to the baby. And Father, please allow the mother to get it to the baby, please.
Why you keep reminding Father? Why you keep reminding Father? Do they stop it?
The fathers are always that way. And said that baby man, now be to the home. I will see you.
But you can't force the baby man to feed. Like me, I'm the father. She's lying and sleeping, and wake her up, and she doesn't want to. But she lays it in a position where the baby can. Some baby can hold the breast by themselves and feed. Where the baby is incapacitated, can the man do it? Take the breast and put it in the.
Sure. That's the thing that's talking about. That is so good. That's the support.
He should be up holding
it. Thank you, yeah. We come to the end. You think we come to the end of the discussion.
I want to ask question. Let me just put him.
The breast for the baby.
But at that point in time, it's for the baby, please.
Yeah, that point in time.
After a while, you can take possession of your breast.
That's why you're laughing at that. You don't. Sometimes the father and the child can even want to fight for
I'm
telling you.
I
know. Thank you so much for coming.
No way you getting
Oh God. What is it? If I catch you on a chocolate bowl while that woman is breastfeeding, you have to live by what you preach. Thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome.
This is found by Lucky to be started. God bless the woman.
Starting today, why not have a little more fun? Why not use money this easily? Why not get even closer to family? Why not work how you've always wanted? Fun, money, family, work. No network keeps you connected to it all, quite like Orange. It's all about what matters to you.
Orange.
Brad say we made his day. Yeah. I said, so this year, you see, somebody think I'm going to eat crab with shame face. You don't know. No, but they cannot top it. The Ekoti can participate. He's a dog. Why are we even going to ask you about? God bless the women. Shortly, we go deeply into our trouble groupings and how are we keeping. Lucky to be with God bless the women. Let's do this one, and this begins it. This is done in the Mende language. You know, this one was released in 1965 when Queen Elizabeth the Late visited Liberia and Sierra Leone. I know who's listening. Mahawa, the mother of Honor, you listening to this one, and exclusively for you, this song is done in your vernacular. Meanwhile, the Brahma and Batman families regret to announce the death of their father, brother, and son, Mr. Thomas N. Brahman Jr., commonly known as Tambakila. This sad event occurred on July 18, 2023 in California, USA, after a protracted illness. He leaves to mourn his loss, his wife, Catherine Brahman, children, grandchildren, sisters, brothers, cousins, aunties, uncles, and a host of other relatives and friends. Funeral arrangements will be announced later. This announcement was brought in by Sata Brahma family and Patrick Honan on behalf of the family. Okay, so we'll bring this one down and go strictly into discussion. And at 4 o'clock, we have to go to Edwin Snow, the chair on the committee on security and what's the position? Security?
Political affairs, peace and
Political affairs, peace and security. Friends, here, one of our listeners and analysts here, a contributor to this platform, is now making his debut on State of the Nation.
Good afternoon, Chris and Sis Magdalene. Good afternoon to all of you.
I see you with St. Clement University. Does it
yes, exists, but the noun is online.
Oh, yes, right. An online. So today, let's delve in a little bit with our tradition. You know, when we were launching this program, this platform, we went deep into the tribal groupings and profiled each. And it is because of that, it is true that I got this song from Moali, who sent this one for the Mende people. I was looking for songs and we did everything, including B, even those are not with the supper, with the B, we did
a global?
Of course. We did Gribble in general. I know there are
segments of Gribble, right? Sino,
River G, Maryland, Sino.
Yeah, River G.
We get the global people in Barclayville. Interacting with them. Then we did Sapo in from Dwazo, 33 district. But here we are. By the record, Liberia has 16 tribal groupings. I don't like to dwell on that record, right? Because we still have more, and we thought we could be added on. In fact, the Fullers too are pushing for them to be added on. So that is how a diversified community should be looking like. Have we forgotten something?
We have forgotten where we are coming from. And so we'll soon forget where we're heading to. Because a lot of the time you listen to the airwave, you hear people playing a lot of traditional gospel, secular gospel songs that are not from Liberia. And so when our folks that are coming out, listening to these Dalit songs, they think that it is their Dalit. And so they get used to it. So yesterday, service, and my pastor friend daughter was singing the Nigerian gospel song. I asked her, can you speak your father's dialect, the Gribble, and your mother's tongue, the Loma? She said no. I said, but yeah, you singing in the Nigerian dialect. So where are we when we continue to speak and sing in foreign dialect and then forgetting our own dialect? I was talking with one of my sisters, and she said, I can understand it, but I can't speak it when it comes to speaking, I will speak the Kolokwa Kisi. That is not accepted. Learn to speak your dialect. Unfortunately, in this country, somebody is telling me that I should get to the college before I can learn how to speak my dialect, or the dialect that should be, you know, the dialects for Liberia that we all should speak to understand one another. The Kwele, how possible would that be when in fact the child can start to learn easily and grab easily at the early age? But you see, the child should reach at college before you can teach him Kwele, and they're not taking it serious. And this is where we're lacking at. We are lacking on this, and we'll sooner or later we forget our dialect. You go in the interior, most of the people speak English, and sooner or later we forget our tradition and our culture because we forget how to speak our dialect.
Yes, so historically, how is that negatively impacting us?
You see, I don't like to go
I don't know whether we're gonna have anyone again to push Liberian history based on our tribal grouping, other than the late Joseph Seguano. We've lost him already.
Right. This is why when the Media for Christ had a competition, people to sing in a dialect, and at the end of the day, we had 3 tribes coming up with the highest votes. We did on several media stations, and the Kwele came first, the Kisi came second, and the Grebo came third. Unfortunately, our people at the Ministry of Information, Culture, and Tourism, the information minister, will wrote in on our program where we're going to certificate and give people the cash prizes. They did not turn out, including the internal affairs minister. They did not turn out because they don't have interest in speaking our dialect.
No, not because of that. Because of that.
You could send a proxy.
Yeah. So did you find out why? Did you make a?
I make a follow up. They did not. They said they won't be there. They could not send a proxy, and this is very, very not good for our country that we will not learn to speak. I was so proud when I heard our orators.
That was so easy to do, to send a proxy. It was so easy to do rather than to just stay away. I just hope there was no problem.
Even the 3 counties that won the senators or representatives could not attend the program.
So tell me, what is this person saying in this song?
That's
Juste for the call.
Basubei.
It is in River G has got the biggest, the longest drum ever.
Yeah.
Senator Comedy Wisa, are you listening? What are they saying?
All right, so the first thing, Paul Video Tour, once the government tells you Paul Video Tour, it means there's a war that is coming. Get ready. All right. And but this song is a gospel. Something like is going to come. Jesus is going to come. So as that trumpet blows, know that something great is going to happen. Now, she also want to say that a Black Road Gay tour that sang this song. She said that God is coming. When God comes, I'm going to get ready to go. I'm going to get ready to go. That's just what the song is saying. Paul Video too. Okay. When God comes, I'm going to get ready to go. So
this is gospel, right?
That's gospel, yes. And that dribble is both from Maryland and River G.
So which one is bush gravel, and why do you refer to bush gravel and seaside gravel?
Because of they are from the sea, the Marylanders from the sea, so that's why. And we are from the River G, we are farther from the sea. That's the difference.
So the way we have 3 kinds of llama, we have 4. We got the Gizima, we got the Bonde, we got the Ziema, we got the Wuboma. 4 kinds of
llama. Do you understand all?
I understand all. You can try me. In fact, the one that is spoken across the border in Guinea, right. I understand it.
Okay.
Don't try me. I come and play the song for you.
All right. All right. That's Minister Esther Satu from the Kisi dialect, and of course, but she can't interpret that song.
No, don't.
She can't interpret that song.
What is she saying?
She's telling Jesus that the load I'm carrying is too heavy, and that you need to come and help me.
Why can people always carry heavy load?
Anyway, she got that because
the Bible said it.
It's like having carry my load
onto
me. She's a choir, you know. She's a choir. She sings well.
Okay. Yeah. Right. So, am I right? Right?
No, you're right. On that one, you're right. No, she's right because I had a gospel group called Gosman. And Minister Esther Satu was part of it, so I mean she's right. That's heavy with my low, just like that, heavy low.
So I can probably say I understand Kisi well, and I can speak the broken Kisi. Generally, you got other people speaking broken.
So Chris, Chris, let me ask you this question. Though you are interviewing me, do we like to take our children back interior to learn our dialect? That's one. If we're not doing it, then we have to learn it. Because you see, the Nigerian, when they have the children, I know a Nigerian guy who born his son. After the son reached certain age, he took the child Nigeria to learn the data.
They always do
that.
I even know a Mandingo family who sent his son down here. Now on him over straight Sagle P. 3 years to learn Mandingo.
You see that?
Yes.
But
at least I've started speaking Loma to my son now. He understands well, my children.
Yeah.
Why is why is that fun?
and so the only good thing I saw, I appreciated the whole independence speech was that speaking of the dialect. It was very nice and good, and I hope we will continue this. In fact, I heard Magdalene saying that they should have had an interpreter for the sign language. That is happening all over the world, and Liberia should have been an exception. When you are speaking, there should be a sign language interpreter to be able to do that. But let us.
Should somebody tell us to do that one before we can do it?
I mean, even I don't know. I don't really watch TV, but even the national TV.
There's not even an example in this one.
No.
Something nobody should be telling.
Nobody should be telling us.
No.
The South African National Parliament, the Parliament, they got sign language. It is a policy. You gotta
do it because they are part of the country. They are part of the society.
Yeah, we cannot be talking about inclusion and leaving some group of people out. They feel they feel excluded. On a serious note. I said a big correct here. You serve in the office of the president. Can you please have a seat?
No, be talking.
Yeah, he served in the president's office. I want to ask whether she had a sign language interpreter. No, come down to President Weah. He's about to end his tenure. If the Liberians want to retain him, that's fine. I haven't seen it. Major programs in Liberia.
You don't see that.
We don't see it. So now we don't see it. I was there the last one. I was there. I did not see a sign language interpreter. We keep talking about it. Independence Day, 176. I did not see a sign language interpreter.
And if you go to United Pentecostal Church, You see, they have it there, United Pentecostal Church, UPC, or Single United they have sign language interpreters.
No, but not some are trying, even if the SRHR conference, the sexual reproductive health and rights conference they had at the ministerial complex. Oh, they had a small group of people had sign language interpreter.
Right.
But we have big people in the country, even the Liberia national television doesn't have a sign language interpreter to be telling the people, those who have hearing impediment.
Okay, listen to this one.
Yeah.
That's a pellet.
This one may come and pay my debt. Who made me blind? God honor you can pay my debt.
That's Moses Saki.
I'm trying to get in touch with him, and you got his contact.
I lost his contact.
So they try to do it. Don't worry. Well, gradually. 40 years was still having impact.
Whoever need to do that, you got a farm. We need to go there and capture how you go about doing all of those stuff.
That farm is not. It's not place you just go there and you want to do what you want to do. And then go ask the agricultural minister. Let her carry you on her farm. I'm a farm. What wrong with you? I'm begging you, let me visit. The only on my farm you want to demonstrate? Let her carry you on her farm. I don't know. You go and ask her. And a moment from now, we go strictly on the line to talk to Edwin Mervyn Snow. But first, have fun, be here. There's a guy who is a drug addict. I'm sorry to say this one. His name is Vani. I met him in Bapolo. That guy speaks, he's a Gola guy, but he speaks the 16 tribal groupings in tribal dialects in Liberia. 16! Wow. I tested that guy and everybody, I didn't believe it until everybody testified in Henrytown that this guy speaks the 16 and I've interacted with him. The man speaks the 16.
He's an asset.
Oh, but that guy, you don't have kush for here, right? What? Yeah. Who told you that?
Maybe you calling people names.
Don't be calling people names. Who told you that? Yeah, your own gribble you are fighting with.
Yeah, you don't even know.
Right? You and the man don't speak the same gribble, right?
You can speak bush gribble.
And so, days are coming who's against speaking dialect. My man, go for and play sleep, man.
Let me ask you. What's the president we are?
They speak true.
Very well.
Very well. Yes.
Okay, because
I'm a living witness. The president spoke true to me before.
Oh, you bad.
I saw he got down from that time you were playing football. I said, you foil it. So, Chief, we've come to the end of this segment. Maybe we'll have to give additional time to it where people will interact. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
What's that?
Aaron Malba, you're there in Bapolu City, Bapolu County. The biggest entertainment, the biggest guest house. What's about you, Dixon Yasia from Bapolu County? The man who talked to the president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, to connect notorious Bele Yela to the rest of Bapolu County. Dixon Yasia, former representative. I can lay here on your Bele music now, but this one can suffice. Okay, so we'll bring this one down a bit, go strictly into some of the discussion as we try to connect Edwin Mervyn Snow, who in West Africa, police arrest military officers planning to topple the Sierra Leonean government. This broke last evening. Police officers have arrested several people, including hard-ranking soldiers in Sierra Leone, suspected to be planning violent attacks on citizens. This was disclosed by the police in a statement that read, quote, "The security sector has been following intelligence regarding the activities of certain individuals, including senior military officers working to undermine the peace and tranquility of the state," that is Sierra Leone. Meanwhile, stakeholders in West Africa are equally pointing fingers at ECOWAS. Let me see whether I can lay hand on what. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let me see if I can get this one out. This is okay. This is listen to what they have to tell West African leaders. Can you play that for me? I'm trying to download it now. The one I sent you. Yeah, it's let me try it this way. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
FM 96. Get the best of news, views, and entertainment on Truth FM 96.1. Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. This station rules the nation.
Okay, so we're getting signal from Edwin Melvin Snow Jr., Senator, Bonny County. Okay, so good afternoon to you, Honorable Melvin Snow Jr. Are you there?
Chris, how are you? How are you doing this afternoon?
Yeah.
Chris, your line's not too good.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Honorable Snow, can you hear me?
Yes, Chris, I'm hearing you. Can you hear me? I'm hearing you. Can you hear me?
Okay, now it's much better. Good, good, good. How are you, Chief?
I'm doing okay. A bit stressed. As you know, our region is going through some nightmares, but we're doing okay. Other than work related, we're doing okay. But the region is stressed, and we're all on a lot of stress right now in the West African region.
Yes, and I've been following the situation in Niger, and then I follow also the backing coming from Burkina Faso and Mali, and then the latest in Sierra Leone. It's good that the Sierra Leonean context or situation didn't materialize. Government put it under control, but yes, as you said, West Africa politicians are saying West Africa could be at the brink of war. You believe that, or it's still hatch?
Well, I would say West Africa is fragile. I wouldn't say at the brink of war. I would say it's fragile. There's need for concern. We are all very concerned about the security situation. Yes, we have a major security situation in Niger. As I speak to you, the Chief of Defense Staff of West Africa, they have been meeting since this morning to study the situation, whether it involves requires military intervention or continuous dialogue. They are still meeting this morning. Our own Chief of Staff is in that meeting as well, General Prince Johnson. As you know, also, yes, it's true that Mali, Burkina Faso, Guinea, and Algeria have threatened if there's any military action against Niger, they will also consider it as declaration of war, and they will participate in defense of Niger. So we're very concerned about that. Yes, there was an attempted coup reported by the government of Sierra Leone. Some people have been arrested, some of them have absconded. We are monitoring the situation closely in Sierra Leone, and we're very concerned about that. We are also concerned about the political situation in Nigeria. As you may be aware, yesterday and on Monday, there was final argument in the election-related case in Nigeria, and the court has now put all the hearing, the final ruling, which will be coming out at a later date. And then there's a major tension in Nigeria also with the suspension of the subsidy on petroleum products. There were demonstrations today. There were demonstrations today at the National Assembly. There have been a lot of tension in Nigeria. So our region is really, really stressed right now, and we're very concerned about the peace and tranquility in our region.
Yes, and any peaceful-minded person should worry, especially a sub-region that was once upon a time engulfed into civil crisis, and it took blood, it took money, it took energy, and all hands on deck to settle all those disputes and keep the sub-region quiet and democratize each nation that was in arches those days. And but this sounds as an affront to the ECOWAS. Three members or two members calling on ECOWAS not to carry on any military intervention. If you do so, it's a declaration of war. where you think they're getting your support from? There are debates all over the place that Russia may want to see its presence in West Africa, and maybe it could be backing some of these things. Has the parliament ever attempted to identify whether there are foreign hands behind the destabilization of the sub-region?
Well, there's no proof if there's a foreign hand or not. There's no proof, but we are very concerned about because what's happening, Chris, in these countries. For example, when they had the military takeover in Mali, citizens got into the streets, burned down the French flag, vandalized the French embassy, and then were waving the flag of Russia. When they had a coup in Burkina Faso, citizens did the same thing to the French presence, burned down a French flag, and then waved the Russian flag. On July 26th, when the coup Burkina Faso, right? In Burkina Faso, they burned down the French flag, waved the flag of Russia. On July 26th, the flag in the coup in Niger, the citizens burned down the French flag and they are waving the flag of Russia. So we are very concerned about the situation that citizens from French colonies are burning down the French flag and waving the flag of Russia.
Yes, and that is so. What is the clue there? And politicians will hastily say, "Well, there could be some Russian presence in West Africa with the chronological events taking place as you just named." I think we lost the senator. So it's all about what's taking place in the sub-region. They are on their heels and movement from one point to the other, flying from one capital city to the other is the order of the day to ensure that things are de-escalated in the sub-region. We had Senator Snow of Liberia, Bome County, and chair on the security political affairs of the ECOWAS Parliament. We just lost signal with him. Hopefully we will reconnect. I'm trying, let me see what I can connect with your WhatsApp. We got to do this interview. Okay, so Senator Snow, we lost you along the way. Let me see what I can.
Do a WhatsApp call?
Yes, that's what I suggested.
You know, sometimes we're using the phone, a call's coming, it interrupts. Yeah.
Okay, so while we're trying to connect, let me see. This came in from. Let's see this. You know, at this forum, they placed the photos of ECOWAS member presidents and labeled them enemies of progress. Enemies of progress. When you heard me reminding President Weah that we got a message for you at the beginning of the show, this was the message I want you to hear. Listen to this man, a Nigerian, who is labeling ECOWAS the way he felt he wanted to.
What are the root causes of coup d'etat? Let them put their house in order first.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just pause this one. I'll try to play this one. So Honorable Snow is back on the line. Sorry, we lost you via the internet video link, but let's do the audio link. It's good to have you. You were in speech when you went off.
situation right now is very volatile, and we all just need to pray and watch the situation and hope for that our vision will to go.
Okay, so let me play this audio so you can hear what this guy is saying. It took place in Nigeria yesterday. In fact, they had a ECOWAS president photo and then and labeled the photo, the group photo, enemies of progress. This is what he was saying. Just listen, let's take a few bars of it, then you can respond.
What is more coup d'etat than your national constitution gives you 2-term limit, 5 years, 2 terms. After serving 10 years, you want to change the constitution for another term. Is that not a coup d'etat? Because you feel you have the powers to do that. The soldiers have the powers to coup d'etat. That is also another coup d'etat. And they are living with them there. They are there. In the name of civilian, putting on multi clothes, calling yourself a Democrat, when you loot all the resources of your country, mislead people, torture them, imprison them, burn their businesses to us, and you call that a Democrat or a civilian rule, an illegally elected government. The leaders must stop lying to their electorate first. They must stop the corruption. They must stop looting our resources. They must understand that they are not a better citizen than anybody. They are given a responsibility, a role to play to help develop the countries and make sure that there is peace and tranquility and respect the constitution of the country. What is not happening? Example is this government. This government has lied to people in 2016 that they are going on for 3 years. Was that not a lie? Who asked them to tell people that we are going for 3 years? Were they forced to say that? They went out the whole country, lied to everyone. When the people started reminding them, this is what you promised us, they threw tear gas on them. And the president is bragging, yes, when I threw tear gas in them, they never came back. Does that not anger the citizens? You throw tear gas on your people. Some of them are wounded, and you stand out there and bragging that I threw tear gas. They never come back. That alone can anger the citizens. You promised the people you will have a security sector reform. It's never happened. The civil service sector reform is never happened. The Ghana Commission was violated before the end of the Ghana Commission. When you take all the assets of the former president, and now you are being divided assets.
Okay, so that's just a batch of it. I wanted to reach to a point where he referred to ECOWAS as a toothless bulldog, but Honorable Snow, this guy is speaking from the Gambia, and I have the ECOWAS presidents placed in one photo, and they refer to them as enemy of progress, as if we thought we were very close to peaceful resolution, but he's justifying coup d'etats across the sub-region.
Well, Chris, at least you found out that he's from the Gambia. I've seen that a lot on Facebook in recent days, and people see us from Niger, from this country.
No, he's from Gambia.
Right. Actually from the Gambia.
Yes.
From the Gambia, this opposition leader from the Gambia who was speaking. And what he was saying in that tape also is that when the outside former president was doing a campaign to out President Germany, the other thing among the opposition was that whoever won the election will stay for only 3 years.
Yes.
There will be a
Yep.
When Barrow won the election, Barrow said that he wanted the constitution of the Gambia. And that constitution is for 5 years, so he could not do 3 years instead. What the opposition was alluding to also was that there are some West African leaders that are still in the business of changing the constitution. Now, to go back to the Gambia in that interview, Gambia is one of the only countries in West Africa now that has no term limit. So the president can run as he wants to be, and he's saying that ECOWAS needs to do something about it, and it's true. We have had missions, we have 500 missions to the Gambia to revisit the constitution so that they can have term limit of 2 terms plus. They must have at least a simple majority, absolute majority to win an election. You still just need a simple majority to win an election in Gambia. If there's an election and you have 25%, you have both votes in order to become president. I say no, and if you refuse population. So these are some of the concerns the politician was raising from Gambia. And he was also talking about leaders who are changing the constitution to go for 10-10. As you know, 10-10 has been a major issue in the sub-region of late. Most of the crisis we are having now is because of 10-10, except for Niger. Niger, there was the presidential guy who was the presidential guy of the former president. And when the new president took over, he wanted to have this guy change. The former president said, look, this guy is a presidential guy for many years. I trust him, he's reliable. He was the same party, it was the same ruling party that won the election. I'm asking you to maintain it. Then the result of that, So it's quite unfortunate. We're not happy about what is happening in the region. But there's a wave of things that are happening in the sub-region now. We all just have to work towards putting an end to it so that we can have a region that will reflect the will and aspiration of the people and not the will and aspiration of the sun.
Okay, and anyone can push for that. But is it that ECOWAS is overly diplomatic with its own fragility in the sub-region?
Well, I don't think overly diplomatic would be the right one to use. Don't forget, ECOWAS is a regional bloc, but also countries have their own sub. So ECOWAS can come in, ECOWAS can make representation, ECOWAS can speak to you in public or in private. But for example, when we had the situation in Guinea-Conakry, ECOWAS went there, ECOWAS condemned the situation, ECOWAS said it wasn't right. President Abba Conte said he was going there to change his constitution, he was going to run. And then we all felt the backlash. So again, you cannot say, that's why I said we need to do a study. Now, people are burning the flag of France. French colony are burning the flag of France and waving the flag of Russia. So let's ask ourselves the question, is this an ECOWAS problem? Or is the former colony of France that is rebelling against the colonial masters? Let's ask ourselves the question. Yes, ECOWAS is a regional bloc. ECOWAS will speak, ECOWAS will take action, but they are not burning down ECOWAS flag. They are not saying we don't want to be part of ECOWAS. They are burning down the flag of France. Now, on Niger is a very strong ally. The president of Niger is a very strong ally of France, of the West. Citizens have come out and said we don't want France occupation. We don't want France in our country. 80% of Niger don't have electricity. France take down the mineral resources from Niger to provide electricity in France. So there's a issue there. Is it a ECOWAS problem or it's a problem with the colonial master? Those are the things we need to
Okay, all right. But with the colonial master, but it is threatening the sub-region that all of us reside and cohabitate. So whether there is a foreign involvement or anger at their colonial master, how strong are we as an ECOWAS body to prevent this from spreading or to prevent military? I was just doing the research just before we came on. There are 9 other attempted or successful military coups in the last 3 years. This is bad credential. This is not good for the sub-region.
You're right. But don't forget also, for
for example, in Mali, in Niger, those are countries that have prone to military regimes. They have more military regimes than civilian regimes. So there's no justification for that, but these are countries that have been going through it for a long time. 58% of the towns in Niger have been controlled by military regimes. So we've had more military coup in Niger, we've had more military coup in East Country, we've had more military coup in Mali than we've had in most other parts of West Africa. Now, we've been able to restore democracy over the years, and then we see a wave of military coup that is now coming back into the region, which is quite troubling. So again, we need to approach it. I'm very happy. The chief of staff, all of our West African chief of staff, except with the exception of Sierra Leone, but the chief of staff are all present in Abuja, including our own Liberian chief of staff that have been meeting all morning. They are studying all of the possibilities, all hands on deck. You know, they're studying the possibility to see what should be the solution in Niger. And at the end of the day, they will advise the authorities or head of state and government. And then whatever needs to be will be, whether it's dialogue, continuous dialogue, whether it's military intervention, whatever the action will be, the chief of staff will come up with a recommendation, and then it will be left with the head of state to decide to endorse the recommendation or to go the way they feel like going.
I heard of this chief of staff meeting. The Liberian chief of staff recommended, and it is all over on social media in at media houses, outlets. Reduction. You sit there at the parliament on security and other stuff. He's saying there should be reduction in presidential guards, and he has belief if that is done, it's going to minimize attempted coup or coup d'etat, whichever you want to call it. How is the parliament looking at this suggestion?
No, what he said that for the just for the college meeting like
Yeah.
What he said is that we should discourage illegal forces. You know, for example, during the normal days in Liberia, we have to, we have the executive national guard battalion. Most time, what he said was that these guys think that they are superior to the military, the actual armed forces of the country. They take instructions only from the president. And sometimes, for example, the commander in he was head of the presidential guard for over 10 years. So he got entrenched into it. He felt he had his own army, he had his own authority, and the best person that can go after the president is his guy. The situation in Guinea Conakry. The closest person to Alpha Conde was the one who overthrew him, was the guy who knocked on his room door, and when he opened the door, he said, "You are under arrest, you are no longer president." So these are the situations that General Johnson was talking about, that we can have presidential guards outside the main armies of the presidency, but those guys must be on a rotational basis. We're doing Liberia now. The armed forces, you don't have one group that just stationed there, they rotate them, and they are under the command of the armed forces of the chief of staff of the army. So the president had no interaction with them. Yes, the president of goodwill will send somebody or go and see them and take goodwill for them, but they take instruction from the chief of defense staff. That's why you see, because most of these elite forces believe that they are law and gospel, they take their own orders, and then whenever they want to do, they do it. That's why in Niger, when they took over, the military said, well, these are the people you took supreme over us. So now they are taking over back them. So we also back them from them.
Yeah,
there was no way that the military now would have come to take over or to fight them, because at first, when they started the coup fight, the military said, we will support you. And then the military came out and said, look, this is giving preference over us, they get everything they need, they give you all of the logistics, they make more salary than us, they have more benefits than us. So since they deemed it necessary to take power, we're giving the same support. So there was a complete breakdown in the defense of the presidency. And then the president had to, go through what he's going through now.
Yes, I read that the military came in and backed the presidential guards for taking over. But Chief, we almost at the end of this interview. I have to let you go because this is a busy week for you people in West Africa. What can the parliament do to de-escalate the war of words between ECOWAS and that of ECOWAS on one hand and Mali and Burkina Faso with support of Niger on another hand? Now, if you don't respect democracy, we'll move on you. And then two countries come on and say, if you move on them, then it's a declaration of war. Can you engage your colleagues from these countries at the parliament to talk to their respective government to rescind their decision?
Well, what is happening, Chris, is that will have to be executed by our military, our armed forces. We've done a lot of security analysis. I'm not a club authority to say what has been studied, but at the end of the day, the chief of defense staff will come up with recommendation. And if they feel that they have the capability and it's logical to go into Niger and strike, then they will invite the head of state, and the head of state will take the necessary action. If they feel that it is not advisable to go into Niger and strike, then they will take the necessary action. Don't forget, Burkina Faso is threatening. Burkina Faso is in the north of Ghana. They are now threatening that if we attack Niger, they will attack across the border from Ghana. So Ghana is under threat. Mali is threatening that if you attack, we will attack our border with Senegal. So they are actually even going after the head of state that attended the summit on Sunday. Liberia did not attend the summit. The Kenyan representative President Weah, but they are now saying that every head of state that attended that summit that reached a decision, they will target their country. So it is a catch-22 situation. The head of state has spoken, but the defense chief of staff are meeting. Now they will advise us, appropriately if the best action is war or dialogue. What they come up with will be the decision of ECOWAS.
Oh my goodness, this kind of situation is we never expected it. But let's wish for the best, and may the diplomacy continue to overshadow, but triumph over military intervention for the sake of civilians in those countries.
Yeah, we're very concerned about it, Chris, because Niger is bordering Nigeria, a very long border with Nigeria. You have the situation in Niger. There's a African countries now that have military regime. There's Sudan, there's Chad, there's Niger, there's Mali, there's Burkina Faso, there's Guinea. And those 5 countries share border with each other straight across. It's like if you look at the map, it's a straight red line going from Sudan, from Chad, going straight heading to Guinea. They all share borders. They are all in solidarity with each other. We're going to talk about the inflow of refugees. We're talking about the time when petroleum prices gone up. We're talking about the time when there's no food, when there's limitation of food in the market. We're talking about the time when it's raining in our region. There's space for people. So, and then the citizens of Niger come out and say, look, we don't want war, we support the government, we don't want fire. Now, the message that keeps resonating from the people is we don't want fire. We don't want fire. So is this an ECOWAS retaliation or is a retaliation against the colonial master? It's a question that we need to answer. How can we resolve this? Don't forget, when fire was thrown out of Mali, they moved the two military bases into Niger. China have a huge military presence in Niger. And have a huge military presence in Niger. They are in Niger, and then the military has taken over, they are condemned it. Now, what are they prepared to do alongside ECOWAS if there will be a military intervention? Are they going to fold the arms? Are they going to give support? Are they going to have aggression? There are more questions than answers. Yes, there's a strong sanction in place right now. The account of the Francophone, they have the BCIO bank, they all have one central bank. So all financial transactions in and out of Niger have been blocked. You cannot transfer money into Niger, you can out of Niger. There's such they cannot travel, including the airspace. So even the airspace in Niger has been blocked. And aircraft flying over Niger will not be allowed to land in ECOWAS member states. So there's a lot of restriction right now in Niger, and don't forget Niger is the second poorest country in the world. So with the sanction, is the sanction going to affect the ordinary citizens of Niger, or is it going to affect the coup makers? So there are just too many questions, Chris. There are just too many questions, too many scenarios that we have to study, and this is not a situation that can be done with temperament. We have to exercise restraint, we have to dialogue, and we have to think about the ordinary people of Niger as we try to discourage the generation of floods in the region.
I'll tell you, man, this is tiring. You know, I was just reading through Burkina Faso. The first man overthrew an elected president, and in the space of 8 months, another man came overthrow the man who overthrew the legitimate president. That man is the one now pushing Russian politics in Burkina Faso, moving and acting like Thomas Sankara. I hope all of you people will work out around the table to keep the sub-region quiet. Meanwhile, I don't know whether you are here in Liberia. We're enjoying peace. 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 We're enjoying peace.
Well, I'm currently in Abuja on the ECOWAS mission, but expected to come home soon. Yes, Burkina Faso is very serious. Burkina Faso has 13 regions. Of the 13 regions, 9 of the regions are in the hands of rebels right now in Burkina Faso. 6,000 schools are closed down in Burkina Faso. So the government was overthrown for not doing much to fight the rebels. And then now the situation is worse. When President Rock was in power, there were 6 regions that were in the hands of the insurgents. Now you have 9 of those regions gone. 6,000 schools are closed down. Nothing is happening in Burkina Faso. Yes, the head of Burkina military was in Russia at the African-Russia summit in his military uniform.
Yes.
He was allowed to go to Russia in his uniform with arms in Russia. So a lot of questions have to be answered. What is happening? Is it an ECOWAS problem? Is it a West African problem? Or is it a problem with colonial masters and the Francophone countries are now looking up to Russia, as the new master or new partner that they can talk to? There's a lot of questions we have to answer. And again, we have to, of course, discourage third term. We have to encourage free, fair, and transparent, credible elections in our region so that our citizens don't go amok and take the law into their hands. Because those are some of the recipes. The cause for the coup in Guinea is different from the cause of the coup in Mali. The cause of the coup in Burkina Faso is different from the cause of the coup in Niger. So there are different scenarios, there are different causes for the different coups that are taking place in the region. But one thing that is common, with the exception of Guinea, and now don't forget the head of the Guinean government who launched the coup is married to a French military officer. His wife is a white woman from France who's a member of the French gendarmerie. So unlike the Guinea coup, the coup in Niger, the coup in Burkina Faso, the coup in Mali, they were all staged by military men and they all burned down the French flag and put up the Russian flag. Is that a question that we can answer?
Yeah, we need to answer that question.
Yeah, let me come in before we take leave of you. So what I know everything we have peace here, like Chief Chris just said, and we are enjoying the peace. But what can we do to ensure that our military year is satisfied? Let me just say satisfied because it's not possible for any human being to just be satisfied. But what can we do to better the lives of our military in Liberia?
One good thing I like about our military so far in Liberia is that we have a chief of staff that's very outspoken. Don't forget, not too long ago when there was problem with Minister of Finance, even though it was a leader, but the chief of staff spoke his mind. And the chief of staff are always in the defense minister, they have always made representation for the military. Our military, they are equipped, not equipped, but they are well trained. Yes, they are equipped, but they're also very well trained. And our military in Mali, they have good coordination in the sub-region. They are well respected. When I saw General Johnson here in Abuja, I saw the kind of respect that his colleagues gave him. As young as he may look, but he's very qualified, he's very trained. And fortunately for us is that he's outspoken. When there's need for the military to pay attention to, he speaks up for the military. Yes, I'm one of those that advocate that we need to give more support to not just the military, but the security apparatus.
Okay.
I saw the election budget in Liberia, and I've been talking about it. We don't have money in the budget for security going to our election. We need to finance the security, the national security, to include the military, the police, the joint security. We need to finance the security apparatus because when we sleep at night, when we're in our houses snowing and doing other things at night, those are the people that stay up at night to protect the peace of our nation. So we must pay attention to them, must respect them, and
was given the adequate security, or benefit befitting the job that they do for the state.
Yeah, you just strike a very great point when it comes to providing logistics for the security. But can you imagine we have some police zones? Yeah, they are out of vehicle to patrol at night, and I mean, much attention should be placed to especially the military and paramilitary as well.
You're right. So the idea of police, the police was before we Senate, informed us that they have concluded the procurement process for over 26, I think, detective brand new pickups for police, approximately 2 per county. So we need to follow up on it. We have the last time in the 26th celebration, we noticed some new police in the street in new uniform. We need to follow up to make sure what is happening and what benefits they are getting. And look, because of my job in ECOWAS, it has enlightened my mind to pay attention more to the security, because I'm involved, I have oversight of political peace and security in this region. And I see what other countries do for the security. And in my own country, we must advocate. For example, in Nigeria, in almost all the African francophone countries, when you retire a certain rank in the military, you are retired with your full salary. So if you're making, for example, $2,000 a month, and you reach a rank of colonel or major, you will still continue to receive that money every month. There's nothing cut from it. So we need to dignify our security. I'm one of those strong advocates for the security. You know, I see what our police go through. I see what our military go through. I see what our, security people go through, and I compare it with what other security apparatus or forces go through around the sub-region. So I'm a strong advocate for benefits for the military, for the security apparatus, and I think I'm very happy that we have the Chief of Defense Staff who has gone through the ranks and file of the military, understand what it is, and they have, in many occasions, I've seen them advocate for the military when it comes to getting fuel for the barrels or have electricity, when it comes to getting rice, when it comes to getting medical supply. But I can say to you that from where I sit, I believe we need to do more for our military, more for our security apparatus, because again, when we are passing around GSA Road and Petersville, going bombing, going this, wherever we live at night, these are the people that protect us and stay up at night. So that we have.
Okay, Senator Snow, thank you so much for the time. I know it's busy, but you got to take this time out to inform the Liberian people, a founding member of ECOWAS, and I wish you all the best. Wish you all the best as you people brainstorm to bring to an end or de-escalate the military situation or security situation in the sub-region. Thank you so much for taking our call.
Chris, it's always a pleasure talking to you. Thanks to you and your co-host, and I'm always available to respond to the public concern, because this is what we signed up to do.
Thank you very much. Edwin Snow, Bombay County Senator and Liberia's representative to the ECOWAS Parliament, heading Security Committee and currently in Abuja, talking to us on State of the Nation. Let's take this one before we sign off. Once again,
there are coup d'etats. What are the root causes of coup d'etats? Let them put their house in order first before they set up an anti-coup d'etat unit. Let them put their house in order. And I believe their house is not in order. This unit is set up to defend them and to protect them only, nobody else. What is more coup d'etat than the national constitution gives you 2-term limit, 5 years, 2 terms. After serving 10 years, you want to change the constitution for another term. Is that not a coup d'etat? Because you feel you have the powers to do that. The soldiers have the powers to coup d'etat. That is also another coup d'etat. And they are living with them there. They are there. in the name of civilian, putting on multi clothes, calling yourself a Democrat, when you loot all the resources of your country, mislead people, torture them, imprison them, burn their businesses to us, and you call that a democracy or a civilian rule and an illegally elected government? The leaders must stop lying to their electorate first. They must stop the corruption. They must stop looting our resources. They must understand that they are not a better citizen than anybody. They are given a responsibility, a role to play to help develop the countries and make sure that there is peace and tranquility and respect the constitution of the country. But this is not happening. Example is this government. This government has lied to people in 2016 that they are going on for 3 years. Was that not a lie? You are. Who asked them to tell people that we are going for 3 years? Were they forced to say that? They went down the whole country, lied to everyone. When the people started reminding them, this is what you promised us, they threw tear gas on them. And the president is bragging, yes, when I threw tear gas in them, they never came back. Those that not anger the citizens, you throw tear gas on your people. Some of them are wounded and you stand out there and bragging that I throw them a tear gas. They never come back. That alone can anger the citizens. You promised the people you will have a security sector reform. It's never happened. The civil service sector reform is never happened. The Ghana Commission was violated by the end of the Violent Commission. When you take all the assets of the former president, and now you are buying assets. What is that from? I thought they should have learned, or they could have learned from this. Fortunately, they are not learning. So before you create a unit to go against any attempt of coup d'etat, put your house in order. Stop lying to your electorate. Stop lying to your citizens. Stop looting the resources of your country. Stop corruption in your country. And then you can talk about anti-coup d'etat. When Alpha Conde was killing his people in Guinea, after serving 10 years, he said it was not enough. I want to serve another term. During the process, so many Guineans were killed. And I did not hear any ECOWAS going there or condemning him. You know why? Because Guinea was too big for them, or Alpha was dancing to their tune. Because I think that was why the small Gambia was surrounded all sides by soldiers and guns in 2016. Because Gambia was small, or Gambia is a small country, and Jammeh was not dancing to their tune. After the presidential election in Guinea, more than 300 Guineans were butchered, killed. No ECOWAS condemned. No African Union condemned. He said they pick up their phones and said, "Monsieur le Président, félicitations, congratulations." That is the fair game that is happening in Africa. They can condemn Mali, they can condemn Guinea, they are soldiers. But the one in Chad, who has been given a red carpet from the African Union, was never condemned, and he's a soldier too. He's a soldier. They can give him a red carpet from the African Union. But the other soldiers are condemned for their attempt or for their act. Where is the fairness in the African Union? They are not representing us. I believe they are representing themselves. So we are calling them to remember that power belongs to the people.
Yeah.
Alassane Ouattara knows how he came to power with Gbagbo. He knows. When he finished his 10-year term, he changed the constitution for another term. They are there with him. Nobody condemns him. They are not there to condemn him because he's dancing to their tune. So I'm calling on ECOWAS to do the right thing. We young Africans, we are here waiting, and we fear nothing.
It happened when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet